So an easy way to use old tyres for some other projects. Drill a big enough hole through the sidewall. Get a jigsaw, place it in the hole. This one I've already cut. Around to there. I'm doing it over a trailer because little bits of rubber drop down. Anyway, so what happens there is it cuts the rings off the tyre. So do that to both sides, and then use an angle grinder when the tyre is still in a circle. Use an angle grinder to cut one section through the middle, and then it rolls out into a tyre strip. This can be handy to use for anywhere where you might want some grip on some stairs. Cut it into sections and like screw it down onto stairs, on boat trailers, things like that, where you might want a walking platform. You can screw it down onto a boat trailer, and sometimes even over the top of mudguards and things like that on trailers. So literally over the edge of a trailer you can follow the shape of a mudguard and then screw it all down, and that'll give you some extra grip as well. And I've seen some people actually cut out the shape of the tread into soles for shoes. So you can cut out what you need and then use shoe glue, glue it all down on any worn out soles. So there's many different uses for that, but the easy way to do it is drill a hole, use a jigsaw the whole way around. You get your two round bits like that as scraps, and then the casing of the tyre itself, as I mentioned, cut through with an angle grinder. The reason why you need to cut through is there's actual radial wires all the way through here that the jigsaw won't cut through, whereas an angle grinder, you'll be able to cut through all the wires nice and easy, and then literally use the rubber for whatever projects you want. Or it's a lot easier to store when you've got it cut up like that. You can store heaps of tyres then and use them for any of the other purposes. Some people have even curved them around into the shape of a gutter and screwed them into where they wanted water to flow and things like that. So the world's your oyster when it comes to what you can use that particular rubber for, but that's a handy way to cut it up and then have it easy to store, and then also easy to use and convert into other projects. Hope that's been helpful. So with the actual casing, the rings removed, another couple of ideas is go-karts. You can cut sections out and curve them over the tyres over the top as like little mudguards. You can cut them into sort of rectangle sections, so cut a rectangle off and then mount it up against the trailer as a mud flap. Same with four-wheel drive cars and stuff like that. You can cut sections off, have them hanging down behind your rear wheels as big mud flaps. You can also use them on motorbikes. If you need to make a temporary mud guard because yours broke off when you're trail bike riding or something like that, you can cut a section. Same with like mountain bikes, BMX bikes. You can cut a strip and then bolt it onto your brackets that you make up on a bike to make some temporary mud guards or permanent mud guards. So there's lots of other uses for tyres once you've cut the rings off of them, and turned them into these flat strips here. Another idea, these rings that you've cut off of the actual rims, see how they protrude out? You can basically use them as wheel arch flares on your full drives, utes, things that you normally buy all the flare kits for, to put fatter tyres on your four-wheel drives, your pickup trucks, things like that. This, quite simply, you can bolt up, rivet up to your existing car, and then you've created your own flared wheel arch. In this case, this is only a 14-inch tyre, so it's not quite big enough, but if you're using a larger tyre size, it would create the curve you need to go the whole way around your wheel arch. So just another little tip there, create your own wheel arches. And for storage, you can see how easy they are now. I can just store the tyres in this 6x4 trailer, or you can put them up in the rafters of your shed or your warehouse, or you can store them underneath things. Now that they're not big round tyres anymore, they're so easy to store away and use for other projects. And with your rim, you have the leftover wheel weights, and you can knock them off, and once you've knocked them off, you've got that little hole there, and you can use them on your fishing lines as sinkers. So when you get your fishing rod out, your fishing pole out, you can actually have leftover old wheel weights off of car rims in your sinker and tackle box for when you go fishing. Or you can use the lead here for recycling, collect enough of them, or melt them down and make your own sinkers with specific sinker moulds. So there's just a couple of ideas for using part of the leftover. Another part of recycling a wheel is when you want to remove the car tyre valve from that section there. Just use a Stanley blade, cut down through the rubber, then it pops out, and then you slice down the actual valve itself, peel it all out. It's a little bit more difficult than that, and then hold it up against a wire wheel, buff it all up, and then you've got yourself a nice little car tyre valve brass fitment. You can either collect them all and recycle, or you can use it to solder it into things like radiators to pressure test. You can make all your own little valve setups for pressure testing stuff, or for pumping air into things, just by connecting tubes up to this end here. So that's just another little tip of how to recycle something else off of the actual car tyre.